Went to an estate sale up here in Bruce Township. This is north of Romeo. The amount of stuff here is just insane, and yeah, cars everywhere. This is a pretty rural area, but it was worth coming up. I did pick up a thermometer, and I also got a Tricycle for that REO engine, and you will see that in this video. I'm going to give my friend Dave a call. If he's home, I'm going to swing by his house, and then I'm going to head home. Go for a nice ride in the country anyway, which I do enjoy. Alright, off to Dave's. Maybe once I get there, if there's any car things we can video, we'll video that. Otherwise, we'll just focus on the Tricycle. I couldn't get my camera on quick enough. The power's out here too. We had storms a while back, but that was an old Ford pickup I wanted to get on video. And anyway, yeah, the storms wreaked havoc on the area, knocked out power to like, I don't know, 400,000 or 500,000 customers all total. That's why last night's video, or whenever this video goes up, that's why the video of the Harper Cruiser, the light at Kelly was out, was because the power was out in that area. But anyway, down the road we go. Power's out here too at this light. This is just for a parking lot, so I'm, you know, a crosswalk I should say, so I'm not going to stop because no one's there. It looks like the next light's out too, so yeah, there's a lot of power out around here. This is all Blake's Orchards. They have, in the fall you can't move around here, it's just bumper to bumper traffic. Everybody from the urban areas comes out to the country to pick pumpkins and apples and get cider and donuts and add to their circumference, I guess. Yeah, see that light's out too. Corn looks like it's doing pretty good. Alright, enough here of driving along in the country. I always enjoyed taking the Bel Air for rides out here in the country. Not a lot of traffic, open roads, but now, you know, I live in a more urban area, so there isn't these beautiful country roads to cruise on. And I didn't bring the Bel Air because I wanted, I specifically went to that estate sale to see if I could get that Tricycle, and I needed to bring the truck to put it in. Wasn't paying attention there. I turned onto the wrong road, so I'm cutting across another road to get to the road to Dave's house. No big deal, just get to see another mile or so of the beautiful countryside out here. To the left is St. Clair County, and to the right is Macomb County. Main four corners of downtown Memphis, Michigan. Yeah, I definitely overshot. I got to go back south a little bit to get to Dave's, but no big deal. Alright, we're at Dave's, and some of you have been asking about the El Camino. It sounds pretty good, like, though it does sound like a loopy cam. Just sounds cammed up to me.
Yeah, I had it all last night.
Fire dried up. Mine turned 200,000 miles to Bel Air.
Yeah.
sounds good. We're gonna go for a ride.
I got a bad, I don't think it's a control arm bush. I think it's a sway arm bushing. So you might hear it rattling a little bit over there. Like in second gear, he'll take two gears, put them side by side, so he's got more tooth contact.
Oh, on the tractor?
Right.
For pulling?
Because he doesn't need like fourth gear. He said first and second is all he uses.
When he's pulling?
When he's pulling.
That's probably all he uses them for too.
So he doubles up the width of the second gear. Somehow he gets two second gears side by side in that transmission on that tractor.
So you made him the gear?
Well, no, we took two gears and just keyed them so that they would both be in line with each other. So the teeth would all be in line.
Okay.
Because they're not necessarily made timed, they don't need to be, so you might have two different gears and they might be the drive keys might not necessarily be timed to the teeth, if you were going to put them side by side. The only problem with this spot is it always seems like the traffic is always timed just right to where you can only get out on one side at a time.
There must be something going on. That's the second. There's some sign of, I came down Boardman Road, so I came into Memphis, and they had some signs up for thanking truckers, so maybe there's some type of truck festival going on there. It pulls pretty darn good. We're clipping right along. Sounds good. As far as the El Camino days, 59 El Camino, what we determined was the camshaft, he had a roller cam put in it when he had the engine rebuilt, and I don't think the guy could get a stock grind cam for it, so he put a little bit bigger cam in it, and that's why it lopes at idle like it does and sounds a little, you can hear it in the pipes, and it runs really strong once you get the RPM up in it. So I think that's what it turned out to be, was it's just cammed up a little bit, and he put the roller cam in it, so you don't have to horse with zinc and stuff and adding into the oil. But he did rebuild, get all those carb parts. I gave him a whole box of 2-barrel carb parts. He's got the right mixture screws, the right throttle plates, all that stuff's different depending on the year of the carburetor and whatnot. They changed stuff like that. That's why you always need a shop manual for exactly what you're working on, so you get the right components. But anyway, he has the original carburetors back on it. It runs good. He gave me the 2-barrel back that I loaned him from that 283 that I have, so I can throw the carburetor back on it. And I got, I'll have the parts now to where I can, that carburetor on the bench that I was going to rebuild needs a couple of little odds and end pieces. Well, I'll have them now so we can get that carburetor all finished up. But anyway, I'm just headed home. I'm going to stop at one more estate sale and then head home, and we'll go over that bike. Dave found some numbers on it. It turns out it's a Sears bike made by Murray, and I'll show you that. Maybe one of you guys can figure out what year it is, but we'll go over that tricycle, which I'll kind of give you a quickie on what I'm going to have to do to put that 1954 REO engine on it. But anyway, off we go, heading home down these country roads. Wow, is this nice and smooth. I wish all the roads were like this. This is beautiful. That's the engine plant where the engine that powers this truck is manufactured. By the time I got the camera going, I was by it, and I'm not going through Romeo. I'm going to take the bypass because I want to get to another estate sale before it is closed up. So that is why I am not going through downtown Romeo. And on top of getting on the freeway bypass, that's the temperature in the truck. It's a warm day out today, so I just turned the air conditioning on, so maybe you'll hear me talk, which I probably won't be talking much anymore. But yeah, I like having the windows down. I like the air blowing through the vehicle and just feeling the outdoor fresh air and whatnot. But on the freeway in this seat, yeah, I'd rather have the AC on than listen to the noise. Well, I'm home now, and you saw the thermometer. I've shown video of that, but this is the tricycle. I also got the carburetor parts back from Dave, including the carburetor that I loaned him off of a Reman 283 I have, so he could and he was able to scrounge up enough parts out of there to correctly fix his carburetor on his tri-power setup. It had the carburetor had the wrong, apparently it had the wrong throttle plates in it. There's two different, this bevel's different on some of them, and it had the wrong adjusting screws. The tapers are slightly different, so that is for this engine here. I took it off and gave it to him, and it ran good. So anyway, yeah, that's a Reman 283 under there, and it's a 65 283. I think this carburetor is a, I don't know, it was supposed to be 59, but whether it is or not, I don't know. But anyway, they all have like casting marks on them somewhere, casting dates. But anyway, got those back. But this is a tricycle, and it's, let me get it out of the truck and I'll show you. First, that's a Sears model number. This bike was made by Murray. Let me pull it out. So here it is. The Sears, you can kind of see where you can, I don't know if that shows up, there's an RS there. It used to say Sears, you could barely see an S. I'm not going to be able to save that, but I might try and clean the paint off a little bit to photograph it. But you can see where the decal outline is, and you can see these pinstripes that were originally on it. But I'm probably going to mount the engine somewhere in here. Probably have to get bigger wheels and change the axle and everything, reinforce. It's going to take a lot of work. This is going to be a winter project for sure, and I'm going to make the wheel so it has a disc cover. The wheels that I use, it's not going to, I'm not using these hard rubber. I'm going to put pneumatic tires on it, but I'm going to make it look like the lawnmower wheel. It says REO in it, and then I might have to make a new front spoked wheel to fit a tire. I'll have to buy a tire and then go from there. Or maybe I can buy a tire wheel assembly, and then I'll just have foot pegs come out here. I might have to make these forks longer, might have to widen up the handlebars, and definitely going to have to lengthen that a little bit. And maybe, I don't know, move the seat or something. You can see the original color of this thing was red, but it was more of a metallic, or I don't know, it was a pretty red. This is not the original paint on it. But again, you can look up that model number that I showed you. It looks like it says 502.8712. Dave looked it up under the Sears Craftsman number, and it showed it was made by Murray. But if somebody has a way of finding out what year it is, that would be kind of neat, because the engine's a 1954. So if you're new to my channel and haven't been following along, yeah, I pulled this out of a snowbank, frozen into a snowbank at an estate sale. I did get it running before I tore it apart. It smoked really bad, so it's got new rings, a good used piston, and it should run. I haven't started it. I oiled the heck out of it. You can see some of the oil seeping out around the muffler, because I oiled the cylinder and the valves and guides, because I knew I wasn't going to be running it for a long time. But it's got an old school Champion J11, which is what, let me get it the right way up, sorry, J11, which is what this engine should have in it. And I also got this from somebody. I got parts, I don't remember now, but I got the pulley. Oh, the guy got the piston and the correct gaskets from. I got a pulley. It was missing a screw for the air cleaner. I got that. But I got this cover here because what I thought I would do is, instead of using a centrifugal clutch with a, you know, a twist throttle, I thought I'd just make it a standard governed speed, and then use a belt, maybe with a very drive type pulley, and I can use this cover to kind of, and you know, I'm gonna probably have to cut and make and re-weld, but I kind of would like to put the engine here, and then I can have a, you know, a belt clutch, so you have like a foot pedal or a hand lever you can pull. The harder you push or pull on the lever or whatever, the faster it goes. I don't want it to go more than 15 maybe miles an hour, because, you know, I'm building this so people can ride it, maybe 20 tops, but that way people can, somebody can ride it in a car cruise, or, you know, at some of the car events. And I'll probably have, you know, do some, maybe put a REO, something REO on here. I don't know. We'll worry about that when we get going, but this is going to be a winter project. But I've been looking for a tricycle like this for quite a while in a estate sale. I saw this one. The guy had gas pumps, and oh my god, the stuff in this estate sale is nuts. Pedal cars and advertising, vintage advertising stuff. And I paid $40 for the thermometer on this, and so I don't know, I feel that was fair for, you know, what this is what I wanted. I wanted one with a funky fender. I wanted it with these retro-y looking steps. I'll keep all this stuff here, I think, as it is, and like I said, I'll probably have to cut this, extend it out, make the handles and the forks longer, and so I can fit that engine in here somehow. You know, I might have to make a plate that we'll worry about that when we get to it and start cutting it up. But I think it'll be a fun little project to use this old REO engine on, and that's why I got the pulley in this, because I knew I was probably going to have to belt drive it. But anyway, there we go. Got a tricycle in an estate sale and a thermometer. Just to give you an idea, this is kind of the shape of the REO letters that I'll put on that wheel. That's what they put on their lawnmowers, and that was painted in like the red. And then the frame or the body of the lawnmowers were kind of a creamy color. This is more of a white than a cream, but the colors really complement one another. This is the correct green. I took it off the back of this. The back of this shield was greasy and the paint was perfect, so that's what I had this paint mixed to. So that is the correct color. It's, you know, this is all faded and rusty, so that's, but when they were new, that's probably about the shade it was. And then, but the REO, again, will, that lettering on the wheel will be in a red, and the body, the frame and the handles and whatnot will be that creamy color. Green engine, green belt cover. Maybe the wheels, I think, were cream with the red REO written in them. So it's going to be, and then maybe I was thinking putting Tricycle here or something, because that's what I'm going to call it, the Tricycle, because they had a runabout, and you know, they had their mowers had names that were, they had a Trollabout, a little out or inboard for trolling, and so it's going to have that something about on it, and I was thinking trike about, but that's kind of where just give you an idea. And you can Google a REO lawnmower, real type lawnmower, and you can see the colors and kind of exactly what I'm talking about. I want to give it that look to where it was made, make it look like it was made by REO Motors and not custom made. And by the way, that stands for Ransom Eli Olds. Yeah, I don't know if this will show up, but I'm sitting on it now, and there's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to use it as is right now. This is meant for like a little tyke, like a 3-year-old or something, 2-year-old, I don't know. But anyway, looks like it had a decal or sticker there too. Yeah, I wish I could read all that, but this is a Sears made by Murray. And again, if somebody knows how to decipher the year of it, that would be awesome. It would be cool if it was same year as the engine, or within a year or so of the engine, again, which is a 1954. Well, the truck got a good run today too, and this is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you like my channel, I have 348 engine icon that pops up there. We'll subscribe you, and thank you for watching my video.